Well, welcome back everyone. On this episode, we decided to do some good old nachos and cheese out there in the wild, way back in the woods, and see how all the little critters would react to this delicious little meal sitting out there. And you can see we had quite a bit of rain before this. We got a little puddle there in the back, and that's not a problem at all. The little critters love it when we get some rain out there and there's all water everywhere. And we kept it real simple with the ingredients, just three: some nice crunchy corn tortilla chips and a little nacho cheese, just the simple stuff that you get in the jar. We did make sure that we used mild though. We didn't want anything too spicy for the little critters. We didn't think that they would like that. And then, of course, we added in some meat and bean chili there. Once again, mild, nothing spicy with that. We put them all together and we just heated it up a little bit and put it out there in the woods and wanted to see who would come around. And of course, like a lot of times, our squirrely friend came on by first, and you could see him rummaging around. And with those crispy corn tortilla chips, I think maybe he'll come on by and taste a little bit. But like normal, these squirrely friends, they just don't seem to want to come up to anything we're putting out there. I think one day we'll get him. But on this day, he's just hopping around back there and having a good old time. Now later on that night, we did have a critter. Can you see him? He's way back there. Look at his little glowing eyes. And can you tell who that is? That, of course, is our raccoon friend. You can see his striped tail and his plump little body there. We have a family of three that we've seen. No more than three. Maybe on the trail cam we'll see more coming in together. And he stayed way in the back. And a lot of people think these raccoons, they're just so aggressive and they'll just grab food and just take everything. And we just don't see that. I mean, they're very polite and cautious. That's what we've seen. And this raccoon friend, you can see him still in the back there. He's still checking things out. He did not want to come too close to the food. And I wasn't sure why when initially I looked at the trail cam. But in the upcoming trail cam footage, I kind of understood why he was staying so far back. You see there? Our little fox friend was in the area. He made a quick little appearance there. But I think that was enough to make sure that the raccoon didn't get too close to the food. And of course, our squirrely friend runs right across the camera there. He's got a nice little squirrely friend in the back. Look at them having a good old time, just running up the mountain there in the back. And then our fox friend came back later that day as well. This time maybe he'll take a little bit of a closer look at those nachos. And that's about it. He just stood there in the back and looked. Didn't come around at all. And later on in the night, a little guy we're getting used to. And we're getting so used to this little guy, we need a name for him. We do not have a name for this guy yet. So I'm going to leave it up to the viewers. What do you think we should call this little fish or weasel? He's always coming around and he loves the little food offerings we give, and we love having him around the area. He's a cute little one, and he'll usually come on up and sniff around and try to figure out what's going on, what is here. And a lot of times you could see he surveils the area, just making sure everything's okay. He'll stay very close to the ground. You always notice that he'll be very close. And then he dives in. Anybody watching me? No? Alright. Now look at the way he's eating this. He decided to go with a lick off the top of the nachos technique. Kind of reminds me of my kids when they eat their Oreo cookies and how they just lick the cream out of it and That's what he went with first. But then after that, he was like, you know what? Forget that. Let's take a whole chip. And he does. He brings it off to the side. He's always cautious. I think he's sensing something here. Actually, when I watch these trail cam videos, I watch them just like you. I don't know what's coming up next. And you can tell he's more cautious than usual. And usually when you see that in the animals, you know something's up. And now he's grabbing bigger chunks of chips, almost like he's trying to get this down a little faster than he probably would like to. He'd probably like to sit there and enjoy it a little bit more. And watch what he does here. Watch this. Okay, he's going to take the one. He's going to run to the back and move away from the food. And then he's going to come back and watch this. Absolutely stuffing his mouth so much. And why did he do that? This is why. Oh yeah. He knew our fox friend was around, just like the raccoon could sense him and smell him. All these little creatures, they know who's around. They know who's coming on by. Now, it looked like he grabbed something there. I think he might have grabbed a little piece of the nachos, and he went to the back. And our little fox friend, he's a cute little guy. He comes around quite often, and he's very skittish. Anything we put out there, I mean, he'll grab it every now and again, but boy, does he not trust it. He doesn't want to, when he's eating it, he wants to get away from it a little bit. And that's all he really wanted that night. But guess what? He comes back the next morning. And watch this. Did you see it? So quick. He grabbed it so fast. What we're going to do, we're going to replay it for you. We're going to put it in slow motion for you so you can see how fast this guy. There it is. So fast. And that was it. And I came back the next day just to show you how much of it was gone. And there you can see it is pretty cold out there, so everything is sort of a little frozen together, but that's what we had left on this one. And maybe we'll repeat the nachos and cheese in the spring and in the summer, because I think we'll get some more critters coming on by to take a look. But thank you for joining us on this one. And as always, just if you like the video, subscribe, give us a like, and share with your friends. We'll see you next time.